Okay, so yeah, so like we'll start with like kind of just like some headline numbers about like, this is obviously not an infinite hand sample, but it's still discouraging, and it's discouraging by like a pretty sufficient margin, and like the hand base is like wide, obviously. So what I did was I just we just ran a filter called preflop 2-bet. Don't have a lot of chips. We can add a filter. Actually, I meant to add, so I think I added it and just didn't get saved. But yeah, so now we have, limp first in, big blind raises, we call, we did not go all in pre-flop, and we have shitty hands. And when we run this filter, obviously the EV of limping the small blind and calling shouldn't be less than 100 big blinds per 100, right? So with this entire range of hands over this sample, which is just, it is a small sample, like bad luck can happen. But over this sample size, I am losing 3 times as much as if I just folded all of these hands after limping them, right? So limp calling, I'm getting fucking killed, at least over this modest sample. And that's not good. And we've seen this before. This isn't news in the sense that like, A, this sample hasn't grown that much, but B, some of these hands are from last year and things like that. And like we've talked about this before. But in the past, when we tried to run these sims, I just did like a copy paste overlay of the blind versus blind peel solver ranges, and that doesn't work. And so I had to rerun the sims, which is what I've done. We should be able to do some more with it basically now. Okay, so yeah, so this is the didn't mean to do that. This is the aggregation report for this spot. We don't have all the flops done. You can hear them running in the background. I started them 2 days ago, and we've only gotten through like 40 of them, so it's slow picking sometimes. Started them yesterday morning, I guess not quite 2 days ago. It's 24 hours ago. So this is the root. So I'm trying, like I just suck in these situations, right? So we're just gonna see. This is the in-position strategy. So in-position is not supposed to be betting range. Yeah, so for what it's worth, like here, I'll pull the sims really quickly. I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit too much. But these are the sims, and at the root, like we check. And that's just, that's kind of obvious. We limp call an ISO, and then we check the flop, right? Like that's not, I don't have to run a fucking aggregation report to know that I'm gonna check most flops. There may be like a couple that I lead, but not really. And like we're gonna end up with overwhelming check. And when we check, he doesn't just bet range, he has to mix flops. I'm trying to just basically try to figure out like which ones he bets a lot on, which ones he checks a lot on. And so like the ones that are either Broadway dense or like, looks like paired low. Just like the bupkis flops for us, he ends up betting